Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Harry from Hotspur TV. And now the day we've been dreading came upon us yesterday. Kane left Tottenham Hotspur. He's going to Germany, going to Bayern Munich. So in yesterday's video, I spoke a lot about how that would affect the team and a bit. But now I'm going to talk more about, first of all, how I feel about Harry Kane and his time at Tottenham. I'll probably do a separate video in more detail, but first about that, and then what life looks like without him. Because unfortunately, people like Richarlison have a massive void to fill and massive shoes to fill as well with Harry Kane going. How does the team right now, at least without any signs, cope without Harry Kane? Because Brentford's a big ask on the first day without him. Some people might underestimate Brentford, but I do think it'll be a very difficult game. So first of all, Harry Kane, definitely one of the best players I've ever seen play for Tottenham. Probably the best one, if I'm being honest. Probably the one that I had the most emotional connection with. Probably the one that I feel like it literally hurts so much that he's gone. I can't really put it into words. Kane he was. You have to admit, even during times when we thought he was maybe on his way out, like he was linked with United back in 2015, 16. He's always been linked with the move away every summer, and he still remained loyal on the most part. But at some point in every player's career, he has to leave the passage new to actually go out and win something. And unfortunately, players at Tottenham don't do that. So we ain't won a trophy since '08. Let's be honest. But Kane he scored 30 goals last season in a team which, for me, wasn't that great. We finished 8th. So naturally, people were thinking, with Kane gone, we're going to finish like maybe like 15th or something, which isn't out realms of possibility because the team will have to adjust without him. Now, the first thing I'd do is I'd maybe place Son in the middle. And I think Ange kind of alluded to that in his press conference, because you'll be guys watching this this morning. It was yesterday, so it'll be yesterday's press conference. And he inferred that in certain systems, Son can play out front, and I do think he might put Son in the middle. Even though, as the goals tweet the other day kind of hinted that Richarlison saying he's fit to play, that he probably will play in the middle as well. So who knows? I mean, Ange obviously has some sort of plan without Harry Kane regardless, and he must have had a contingency plan if Kane left, even though Kane obviously was playing in pre-season and just getting on with things, which was actually very professional because he didn't go on strike like someone like Berbatov did. And life without Harry Kane, I have to admit, it doesn't look great. I think if we start really badly this season, Ange's job is actually on the line. Even though, let's be honest, it's not completely his fault that the best player at the club wanted to leave. He only got here when Kane was near the end of his tenure here. And just massive job to do. If he doesn't get like maybe 6-7 points in his first 5 games, I think the fans will be on his back. I think Levy, mate, I think all eyes will be on Levy if he doesn't go out and fix this. I think a lot of Spurs fans like me want him to go out. Just as my opinion, I'll go out and sign 3 defenders. I'll go sign Tapsoba or another centre half of that ilk, a left back and a right back. I leave on midfielders. I think there's so many midfield options. Even Lascelles has made some sort of resurgence that I don't think we need anything there. And even that during the front three, there's still enough options without Kane that you can, if you can find a winning combination or a free up front that can offer something different. And with Maddison in there now, I think we need more runners. I know Kane's obviously still scored a lot of goals for Maddison in pre-season, but we need sort of runners, and Son, Richarlison, and maybe someone like Porro. I'd like to see some combination of that ilk because it's got a lot of pace. It can cause a lot of havoc. Porro's also a good crosser. Richarlison, for me, you need to give him a chance at least. Give him a shot, because for Brazil, he was brilliant playing up front. Albeit, yeah, he had better players around him, but give him a shot. And I think you just have to adapt, play sort of a different style. I know Ange plays a high pressing style, but I think we need to rely on players more with pace. That's the one thing that Kane didn't have. And interchanging. So, like I said, Kane, Son, Kane, Son, Richarlison. I'm so used to saying that. Richarlison, Son, and Porro, I think, would be more interchangeable rather than say something like Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski, or I think Solomon is more preferred down the right, but he can also play on the left, and maybe he'll go with Perisic, who apparently is doing really well in pre-season. Andrew really likes him because Perisic can put a beautiful cross in. Go with like Perisic, Son, and Kulusevski. I'm not too keen on Kulusevski in this system, and I'm going to do a further video, probably not now, on Kulusevski because I think he's one of those players who probably will struggle in this system, unless he adapts in some sort of way. I mean, but his last season was very predictable. But I think he'll go with like a safer choice of players, and especially this weekend. But yeah, I think as for dealing without life out Kane in the short term, at least, moving Son into the middle is a good bet. But my one argument against that is that Richarlison, to me, has better heading ability. Son can't really head the ball. It's not like you can hit him and hope that he might hold the ball up. You're going to have to play balls over the top every time. And Son, I think, on the break in the last few years has been more successful. But in this sort of system, maybe because his pace has sort of declined, you kind of just have to use him as like a poacher, if that's the right phrase to say. So, yeah, I mean, life without Kane in the short term is going to be horrible. I said that yesterday. And I do think the club has to do something. And like I said, I would spend the Kane money. Hopefully we haven't already spent it on buying some defenders. And I'd let the rest of the team kind of get given a chance, I guess. Like, I don't think we need any additions in midfield or any additions in attack. Just sort out that back four, and I think that kind of will allow Ange to play this attacking football without looking so far back and without the players having that sort of anxiety about what's behind them. Obviously, Kane was the club captain, because there's Lloris is on his way out too. Unfortunately, I think Dyer's probably going to be our captain. I'll probably do a video on this as well. I'm championing more for someone like Oliver Skip. Even though some people may argue it's too soon for him, I think Oliver Skip, I'd give him the captaincy now. I think he's impressive pre-season. I think he probably will play a pivotal role in the future of Tottenham in general. He's a Tottenham boy. I think someone like Skip will more likely get fans on side than someone like Eric Dyer, who's made about 500 mistakes in the past 2 years. So I'd put Oliver Skip. So in terms of captaincy, I think Dyer will get it, but I want someone like Skip to get it instead. Striker-wise, Son will probably play there, but I think maybe Richarlison might be a better option due to his height and his heading ability. And on the left, he might try Perisic, he might try Solomon if he moves Son into the middle. Son might just get another few games there. The creativity-wise, I guess they would argue they filled that with Maddison, but we can't just rely on one player in there for creativity. And hopefully Lo Celso will step up in that way. I don't know. But it's now down to the rest of the team to adapt to life without him. Since we've been playing the past 9 years with Kane as a mainstay, so what's going to happen? Who knows? But Levy's got a lot to do as well, and just a massive job on his hands. And for Ange's sake, we need to hit the ground running as well on Sunday and get something from the Brentford game. And he got United afterwards, which is not an easy game. So yeah, the first 5 to 10 games this season is going to be so interesting. Is Kane leaving going to make such a huge difference? I think you can't say it won't. And I thank you for your service, Harry. And I hope you go win something by Munich.